They were super fast, they were super movement heavy, and I think it caught a lot of teams off guard.
Well, as we see, we are going to get in our first draft here of 7.06 on LAN, IG against TNC. You can see the first phase bans coming out. Treant Protector did get a fairly substantial nerf. His strike out of nature's guys is no longer a bash. It's now just a root. Certainly not nearly on the level of the Monkey King nerf, but significant. And of course, presumably that's TNC taking out IG's vaunted.
You guys mentioned Tim's in some of the forward positions in this series. So obviously one of Tim's signature heroes is the Earth Spirit. He played it incredibly well to the point where people were saying, is this the best Earth Spirit player in the world? Bobocat was also known for that back in the day. So if this is a hero that the teams want to use to roam, it could come very early in the pick or ban phase if they see value in that in this tournament. And as far as IG goes, you mentioned that win rate. Some saw them as kind of the blueprint for Chinese Dota going forward for some time. You have two experienced veteran players. Yeah. You have Q, who's the drafter, obviously the TI runner-up at TI5. You have Burning, who needs no introduction. And you have three players, the 2, 3, 4, who played together for a very long time. They were part of the old IGV organization that kind of switched over to IG. The IG in general, both IG and IGV have used this model of kind of keeping the players together. And so those three, when they were playing together well, for that patch that really fit them, when you see the Lina, you saw the Legion Commander, they're being able to dominate pace and tempo together. The coordination was extraordinary. And so since then, if those heroes aren't as strong, or if teams have begun to figure them out a little bit, you've seen a lot of ban phases. People will go after Bobocat quite heavily to stop this kind of 2, 3, 4 combo.
It's gotten nearly like ice level, where teams are using like 3 or 4 of the 5 bans on Bobocat heroes.
Right. Then if you're able to stop their tempo, those 3 from controlling the tempo, or if the heroes don't suit it, then people feel there's a chance to play against IG. And so LGD has done that pretty well in the recent domestic matches too.
Well, whoa! Welcome to 7.06, boys. That is the first phase Jakiro. So this hero is probably still going to see mostly out of the support position. But remember, there was a match just last week where a TA got picked second phase, and it was Na'Vi that moved that Jakiro over to the mid lane. That was very successful.
Well, that hero is just extraordinarily well in a 1 versus 1 matchup. I mean, you can't beat him, even if it's on mid lane or if you do an aggressive tri lane. So you put a Jakiro. We saw some American team, he just destroys the lane. Also, with the recent buffs, the hero has been buffed for the previous 5 patches as well. That paired with the Sanking might actually be a dual off lane as well.
Oh yeah,
that's so strong with Caustic Finale and. That extra slow from the first and the third spell from Jakiro is just insane. No, especially against a hero like a Warlock.
You have to be able to contest in this patch, in my opinion. That's something that we're going to see. I think we're going to talk a lot about in these drafts. That you cannot afford to leave an enemy safe laner uncontested. That is that's like an extra level in the first 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, and solo offlaners can't beat Warlock or Shadow Shaman. So the moment I saw that Warlock pick, I was like, you have to do dual lanes against that, because Warlock, the only way you play against that is you're a Legion Commander or you have a Shrine to use. And Legion Commander's banned. There's no shrines to use in the first 5 minutes. You have to go dual lanes. Jakiro is definitely one of the best supports to do so.
There are strong laning heroes with team fight presence right out of the gate for the draft. Warlock, a very popular pick for a long time, been used in China quite successfully recently as well, including against IG. Even teams that didn't run it as much will be playing it more now. As for Jakiro, you mentioned, we saw that in mid. We saw it against Tree as well, I think against Secret. Empire picked it to deal with the Tree arm. Obviously a hero that also helps take down towers and objectives very quickly. And then with the Sand King, kind of, with the changes to Caustic a few patches ago, it's a very strong laner, very annoying presence in lane, and so we're starting to see. So Clockwork is also a hero that's been picking up steam quite a bit, and you mentioned in that off-lane role as well. LGD has used this hero extensively in China. We've seen Empire and other teams run this hero more as a support, but this hero has just been picking up steam a lot lately.
And something I think that we're going to see a lot over the weekend is a lot of sort of 5-3 opens as teams look to secure these offlaners. A lot of uncertainty around that position. But as you look at both sides, the Sand King and the Clockwork, these are heroes that can also be bumped to the 4 position, and both of these teams have done that.
Yeah, I think when you're running a Warlock, you really need a strong initiation. You don't want Warlock to be leading off with Chaotic Offering a lot of times. You want a harder form of initiation, a really strong frontline hero.
You need something that's going to stop, if the enemy team picks a mobility hero, you need something that's going to stop that enemy team from jumping on the Warlock.
Yeah, you want to be able to, because it's not just about the Chaotic Offering, it's about Fatal Bonds, it's about Upheaval. Those are 2 really impactful teamfight spells. So I think Clockwork's probably one of the better heroes to combo with the Warlock in just an overall team fight strategy sense. And it does seem like looking at the very, very few patches, or very, very few games that we have for this patch, I think like eHome, I was looking at an eHome game that they ran very team fight heavy. And it was just kind of like all about being able to win team fights and push down towers and control the map. Because as soon as you take those because those outer towers now, like they protect these zones, and these zones are so much more important because these neutrals are always there and always ready to be farmed.
The two key words I think we're going to be saying over and over all the weekend: map control.
Yeah.
All about it.
Warlock's also great, obviously, as a laner and a babysitter, but also protecting your solo cores, just because it's very difficult, like to initiate into a hero that you must kill with the Warlock standing behind him. Same with the Clockwork. So a lot of counter initiation if they want to protect a big core as part of their strategy here.
Yeah, I actually really like that point. In general, the principle that I usually describe is that I think in Dota, AoE can be either initiation or counter initiation. Single target is usually more initiation than counter, but Clockwork is kind of an exception to that rule because he has those cogs and those zoning tools.
Personally, with all this team fight, I would look for our safe lane positions. Those kind of like mid-game pushers, Terrorblade and Sven are two of the ones that stand out the most to me. In the regard that they take advantage of a one team fight and give you a lot of objectives out of it. Like if you don't have that kind of pushing power, maybe you only get one tower off of it. But with Terrorblade or Sven, they just run down a lane and they take 2 towers easily for you.
Now, interesting, and this is definitely a Theban hallmark that TNC, having done their homework, Legion Commander and Magnus, both signature heroes for XXS. They're over 80% win rate when he is on one of those 2 heroes.
I'm surprised in the previous patch teams didn't pick Jakiro. I mean, the problem was sieging tier 3 towers, and that hero comes to my mind first. Even if you have like 20-30 goal lead, you still can't finish the game and you can't kill tier 3 tower, especially if you're playing against a hero like Treant Protector. It's pretty impossible to actually enter the base. So with, let's say, position 4, Jakiro just chopping down that tower really slowly, just standing there could do the work.
I think the problem with Jakiro and going high grounds is that everyone has 4 staffs. You know, so it's very telegraphed when you go for a high ground hit on a tier 3 and you just get an offensive 4 staff, and next thing you know, like that's a free initiation for the defending team.
So yeah,
oh, there's a pusher, yeah. Lycan.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, Lycan's insane, by the way. Lycan is insane right now. That howl is absurd.
And that's stronger than Chen ulti, actually. His howl. Imagine if you get, let's say, Chen on top of this with combined with Lycan. Imagine the HP of the creeps.
Oh, yeah.
This dual lane, he receives a huge buff. Both Sand King and Jakiro are going to be doing a lot of right-clicking in their lane. Like, when you have this offlane and, like, you have these supports that are more incentivized to zone out the offlaner than ever before, then you naturally want to make sure you have these offlaners that can actually beat these heroes. Darkseer has been, I think, by far one of the most looked-to offlaners of this patch. Whenever I talk to any other pros or semi-pros, they think Darkseer is just like, he's all about it, right? He he pushes out lanes, so it's hard for them to be able to deny, so he's guaranteeing experience for himself. He is very hard to contest for supports. You know, you just have a hard time actually beating him out. He gets to level 3 and he just kind of guarantee will win any man fight against you.
Yeah, but this game, it's against Lycan. It's solo Darkseer. Clockwork is position 4, Warlock position 5. So Lycan with Feral Impulse, he can out-regen Darkseer's damage from Ion Shell.
Yeah,
he just needs a one hero there.
Particularly with that was the one change to Lycan. Of course, all the respawn talents got eliminated, and Lycan gets that possible plus 12 HP regen from Feral.
An Nyx Assassin. So this could be our off lane. It could be also the 4 position. I'm kind of leaning towards
position 4 in my opinion. Yeah. Recently, especially I saw a lot of North American teams actually picking a position 4 Nyx Assassin, and pretty much it does the same job as off-lane Nyx.
Yeah, in SEA, it's a little bit more common for the Nyx to be a 3, but I think it's obviously highly matchup dependent.
I think because they're doing dual lanes, they want a hero that deals with Darkseer, and if they're not comfortable running Oracle, for example, then you have this Nyx Assassin who gets like mana burn first, and the Darkseer doesn't have a shrine to work off of, so what does he do?
So fairly, the only real nit that you pick so far with IG's draft is that you have a lot of information in terms of their lanes and in terms of the last 2 picks have to be their mid. They're going to go with DK, which is a hero I know a lot of teams have been experimenting against, and it definitely potentially fits with the new tempo of this patch. I think you're going to see a lot of games end before 20 minutes now again, which almost never happened in 7.05.
5 seconds remaining.
I think if you're TNC, you just want a team fighter, right? Like say you did like Razor or something. You picked up Razor or Quap or like one of those kind of like, you just want to.
Does Razor qualify as a team fighter?
I think so. I mean, because he's such a mid-game hero.
Okay, fair enough.
He's such a mid-game dominator that.
Yeah, if you're forcing objectives and you have to fight into the Razor, that's definitely never the ideal situation. You usually want to be able to out-farm him or even kite him around. But in this case, if they run together with the Howl that you mentioned, which functionally it counts as healing done as well. It does an incredible amount for your lanes. You can't possibly trade with these heroes in lane with the specter of that Howl being there to be used. You can take objectives very quickly, and also against the DK as well. A hero which is usually more static or wants to be able to stand his ground with the other cores behind him. So I think that would be an interesting pick for them.
The only concern I would have picking a hero like a Razor or a dedicated team fighter for TNC is you put yourself in a situation where if IG is able to take the game late, you are in just horrible, horrible trouble. I'd like to have somebody as my mid for TNC. You talk about Cuckoo's OD, for example. That's a hero that can go a little bit later, can scale a little bit better, and it's also a hero that I think they're 9-1 over the last 10 games.
Luna. I thought it was going to be Terrorblade for sure, but
yeah.
Luna.
Takes advantage of the extra jungle spawns as well.
Yeah.
So over here, obviously, got nerfed in terms of damage or in lane, but it buffs in other sense as well. A little bit of a squishy hero. I'd be concerned about this if the lanes don't go well for them early on.
Lycan can eat a Luna up pretty quickly because you're such intense physical damage. Like you get your BKB and you just run at this Luna and you kind of ignore it.
And he has high HP, so she can't take him down with just ulti and beam.
Yeah, and he's got the units, the extra units to split the ult damage.
You can see from IG's bans that they're afraid of these heroes that have a lot of high mobility. Their control isn't the best. You have Clockwork.
I think that's a Warlock effect. I really do. When you pick Warlock as a support, you've got to have something to prevent them from jumping on top of them because that can just end the fight.
They're also pretty 5-man heavy. If you look at like Darkseer, Dragonite, Luna, like all 3 of those cores are very 5-man heavy with the Warlock. So I think Jack is kind of on point there. Like the mobility and the split pushing would be very impactful because they want to stay as a unit a lot.
All right, guys, let's quick predictions. Who do you think takes game 1?
I'll say TNC with the last pick. They have natural 4-staff carrier. They have a save in Astral, and they don't have any big ultis to fight with. That's just a Lycan ulti, and besides that, they can fight all the time.
I think IG's draft is a bit on the greedy side for my taste. I like the Lycan pick a lot. I think he's going to do a ton of work in this game. I'm going with TNC.
I think OD is a little bit too slow, and that IG will take advantage of it because they're the better team.
I'm going to go with IG. I just have trouble picking against them. But with that, the first LAN match in 7.06. Get your Pog champs ready. Let's throw it over to Lumi and Merlini.
Thank you, Nahaz. My name is Merlini, and joining me alongside I got Rumi. And today we're bringing you guys the first match between TNC and Invictus Gaming. Now, I know the panel is very heavily sided on TNC. Do you have a personal favorite coming after
Some people
the
said
draft?
IG. Cap said IG.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, I just heard TNC. And then I
you
didn't
stopped listening.
I didn't stop listening after that. Okay. But how do you feel about the draft?
We have 7 seconds to go. You got to make light of this.
Make it hype?
What is this countdown? Who needs a horn?
Was that hype?
You're killing it, Lumi. in the bad way.
I'm calling it how I see it, right? If it's not hype, I'm not going to fake hype it.
Okay. The crowd was kind of excited.
Okay. All right, we got some warding along the way here. Let me introduce the players, yeah? Boboka is going to be playing that 4-position Clockwork. And, well, it's hard to introduce a position since I don't have camera control. But
I got it for you.
You got it for me? Okay. We got TNC 1437 on the Jakiro. Sanking most likely going to be on
Tim's.
Tim's.
Do you want me to do the introduction?
Yeah, you could do it because you have camera control.
Cuckoo is playing the OD. Raven is on the Lycan. Sam H is on the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, we have Q on the Warlock, XSS on the Darkseer, OP on the DK, coming up to that shrine, Baboka on the clock.
Ben, I'm going to just sit really close to you.
Played by Burning.
Yep.
So TNC has a more new school lineup, so I'm going to side with them for the start. So like, I think their philosophy, at least for the first 2 picks, is like AoE is king because you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can team fight, and more importantly, probably you can farm neutrals.
Yep.
Whereas IG, it's a little bit more suited towards prior to 7.06, I would say.
Sure.
DK is a little bit new.
I think whenever you have a new patch, the more proactive strategy is generally more preferred because you're the one that's doing things. You're taking towers, you're initiating team fights.
And they don't know. It's like, what is Jakiro going to do? How did he get buffed? Sometimes they might not even know. This patch just came out a couple days ago.
Well, we all know that Jakiro has been getting buffed since the beginning of time.
Exactly?
Yeah, so
they're just going to be like, oh my god, that is so much damage. How did he do that? How did he saw me?
So hey, that's my line. The first thing I want to point out is that Darkseer is initiating by going into the jungle first, which traditionally was actually more effective, right? You come out of jungle with more farm than you would get in the laning stage. That quick level 3, and then you could start doing whatever you need to do. I wonder if that's actually going to be the same regarding the new change, the weaker jungle.
Dude, he got double Centaur camp.
That's not the way to start.
That is definitely not the way to start.
And Raven has that free deny to himself. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to deny regardless whether the Darkseer is here or not. But seems like we're watching the mid lane a bit.
There are so many creeps now.
You know, as a mid player, is the strategy of doubling the mid wave actually legit now? Like, just to make sure, especially against like a DK?
Depends on what hero.
Yeah, so how about this matchup? Like, is doubling the wave for, as the OD really good against the DK?
I think you just want to prioritize denying as many creeps as you can.
Okay.
With the Astral. I think OD is just going to be obnoxious in the mid lane because you pretty much get guaranteed denies under effects of Astral. And we might see a return back to the max Astral build. I think like the 104 or like 204 build was pretty popular.
Okay, Battery Assault's going to start flying off against Samage, but nice 2-man Impale on the way back. And this is kind of the power of Jakiro. Just really hard to force a kill on the actual off lane when a dual breath does come out.
That spell is obnoxious.
Yep.
And it reminds me of the forehead days. Yeah, the Ogre THD off lane. They call that the forehead lane.
Why so? Oh,
because they have 4 heads.
Thank you. That was.
Some people might not have gotten it. I think
what?
You were setting it for the easy explanation.
When you said forehead, I just thought of the Twitch emo.
Yeah, you're ruined.
You were literal with that forehead.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And as you can see on the mid lane, OD is having that huge advantage as it comes to deny and last hitting.
Wow, he's almost level 4.
Yeah.
What?
That's the stuff I've been experiencing when I was playing my pub games. You just have a huge disparity on the mid matchup when one player has let's say the better matchup or is the better player. And suddenly you look at the mid lane, like one's level 9 and one's like level 6.5, and you're like, what's happening here? And we might see here if the mid lane doesn't get too much help.
I think it's just going to get worse. This is getting pretty bad for
I mean,
OP.
what the hell is DK going to do in this situation?
Push towers later? He's not that far behind.
I mean, okay, he's getting some deny top lane here. Looks like we're going to see the first blood. Q in a lot of trouble. First blood to 1437. Dual breath, man, and the right clicks.
Luna is actually generally pretty good in safe lane tri lanes, but the Clockwork support looks like IG are kind of looking for new heroes for Baboka to play.
Yeah. I am surprised that this is not a 2-1-2. Perhaps Clockwork will join XSS on the bottom lane to pressure Raven a bit.
I think once the Wolves get a little bit more levels, they'll be fine. Or you might not even need Wolves. It's whatever. As long as the Darkseer doesn't get like massive neutral creeps, then they're okay.
All right, a good, nice return kill here by Baboka, able to clog up the Nyx. And they actually did it in a good time where Jakiro wasn't really in the lane to begin with, so good selection for the kill there.
I wonder how hard it is going to be for them to integrate. I know Lacoste was asking like if they do speak English, and TNC definitely do, so communication shouldn't be that big of a deal. But chemistry is something that is a little bit more difficult. But the good thing about Jakiro is like you don't need really sick synergy with your team if you're playing Jakiro.
Mid lane here, we're going to start things off by Astro. Multiple teleports are coming in. Tim's in position for Barrel Strike, and here comes the Liquid Fire, Dual Breath, Q, or rather OP in a lot of trouble. Nice body block here by Tim's, and that is going to be an easy kill. And of course, Rune is going to get stolen by Bubka. Can he actually snipe anybody on the way back? There's no way.
Don't think so.
Yep.
Yep. OD seems like the hero in mid. That's the pick, man.
That's the pick.
That's the pick.
Top lane here, Sam H. Is Boba gonna go for it? Okay, Cogs should actually latch it. Oh, or not. Okay, but the mana burn is still there. Meanwhile, XSS could be going down here. Dual Breath's gonna fly out. Surge is available. Body block not gonna be successful this time. But the Walk of Shame, he can actually wait for the Shrine because it will pop back up in like 10 seconds.
You don't want to wait 10 seconds, dude.
All right, okay.
Let's
I'll
go
back
home,
to base.
TP. Dude, you only have 3 shrines in base now. You can't use those. Not like that.
All right.
You're one of those players.
Just
I
wait for
already
the
know
shrine.
just from your, yeah. You're like, I don't care about anyone
I mean,
else.
efficiency, man. Mid lane, Astro's going to start things off, and I do believe this Dragon Knight, unless you get some TP, the TPs are coming in, but not fast enough. OP is going to be going down. XSS tried to cast that Surge.
Dude, his armor doesn't do anything in this game.
No, it actually does not.
It does a little bit versus Lycan, but it doesn't really matter because OD's just going to chuck you down. There's so much magic damage. XSS just TPs in, and he might just die too.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. The Surge is not going to be enough. He then decides to turn around to kill Cuckoo, but Cuckoo, too much HP for that one, and the Liquid Fire is going to be popping on that mid tower.
Quick, deny creep so he can get level 4, level 2 Liquid Fire. Do it quickly.
Is he going to be going for it? No.
No.
Yeah. And this is kind of what I meant earlier at the beginning of the draft. Is like, you just want to be proactive. Look at what TNC is doing. They're just like ganking mid. They're sieging mid now and backing off. All of this stuff is, I think, the much stronger strategy than the whole IG. Hey, we're going to farm up and push you at 25. TNC is just killing you now.
I also think that later on it's going to be much worse because IG, they have like huge ultimate cooldowns. Wall's pretty long, Dragon Form's pretty long, Rock, Eclipse.
Yep.
Whereas TNC, Lycan Wolf is okay. 2 minutes is not terribly long, but you don't actually need it for the fights because Howl is so important. Sandy's Eclipse is nice, but not imperative. And I still think they have tons of team fight, can chain stun people very easily without the use of ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, on the backside of those long cooldown ultimates, they can actually capitalize on it, right? They do have Dragon Knight, so if they do win that team fight, they can probably get 1 or even 2 objective off of those long cooldowns.
But you gotta win the team fight first, dude.
You don't believe they can? I mean,
not
they got some scary
really.
stuff.
Darkseer's gonna take a long time to get mech.
Well, we'll see how his farm is. Hasn't been too good given the fact that
He doesn't even have boots, bro.
I mean, Darkseer could skip boots for a bit, right?
He's not Weaver.
He's got a Surge, dude. Fast moving. All right, looks like we're going to have a Smoke Gang coming out of TNC. The Jakiro as well as the Sand King added again. I got to say, so far they have been doing pretty well. And Q currently is going to be tanking that one for the team.
Oh, you want to farm neutrals? Nope, we're going to Smoke Ink. It's going to be tough, though. They're waiting for someone to be a little bit spread out. Okay, yep.
Luna is really
Luna
far
is
away,
mega
and Luna
dead.
is in a lot of trouble. They're going to give her the heal. Burning tried to run the other direction, but there's no running from this one. Now he runs back into the crew, but he gets blocked a lot. And great gank here by TNC, selected by the fact that Luna is not level 6 yet, so they have really no risk of going for that ganking. That is a freebie. Boboka, it will fire with the battery assault. OP joins the fray here, and that is going to be a return kill, but still, I think TNC very happy with that exchange.
Looks like he was trying to circle around and look for a good place to place a ward, especially when it wasn't nighttime, so Luna can't scout him out, but wasn't able to find it. Boboka, right place at the right time, and as you mentioned, OP, he does have his ultimate on, trying to convert this into a +1, but TNC's there with the numbers.
Yep.
Cuckoo's already in.
I think the first Dragon form will actually do very little to any tower. In fact,
They can't do
1437
anything.
with the harassment, Liquid Fire on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's because the OD is level 8
Yep.
and the DK is level 6. 2 level difference in mid. Yep, that happens.
Raven pushing on the bottom now. This is going to be really tough for IG to secure all of their lanes, given the fact that it feels like TNC could push so easily wherever they want.
Yeah, you just drop a Liquid Fire and someone has to come.
Yep.
More likely than not, 2 people.
Yeah, IG. Would you say they're losing all 3 lanes right now?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Not
that's
the
generally
jungle. Not the jungle,
not-
if we want to count that as a lane.
I mean, the jungle with the 20% experience and gold nerf could be considered as a
But
loss
it's
now.
past 7.5 minutes. They get that extra 2%, dude.
Okay, dude. All right, only 18% now. Tier 1 mid is going to be going down. Jakiro having a lot of help with that. And man, the Astro just hurts. Look at that DK. He's not even playing Dota right now.
He's not. He doesn't have any intel. He doesn't have any experience. He doesn't have any mana. He's getting Astroed again.
Yeah.
He's disappeared off the minimap, as you can see. Yep. Yeah. Whenever that... Oh, he's about to die.
Is he?
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's fine.
Dude, he was really close to getting ult dropped on him. He forced OP to pop the stick.
All right, so my question is, will Cuckoo be going for the first item Force Staff to give a little bit of recognition to the Clockwork, or you think he's going to be going for something else?
I would say first item Force. Unless someone else can farm it, but it looks like Sand King's going for Blink, so yeah, I would say first item Force. Maybe Treads. Treads Force.
Yeah. Or, you know, Hannah Midas has been very popular. I wonder, oh, you would wish she has a Force now. Boboka is going to circle around the defensive Astro. Any support TP coming in? Nothing in sight here. And Cuckoo may be trying to fight his way out, but the stun's going to be good. And now the hammer's been dropped. He's trying to TP out of here. Is he actually going to make it? Yes, he is. Waits out the battery assault, makes it home. Meanwhile, XSS is going to get Burrow Strike during his surge, and he, would not run out of that one. Very nicely played here by TNC. And just like the panel pointed out, the playmaker was always there. They just need the strategy to tie it all together. And so far, it's looking pristine here for TNC.
Damn, that TP out. I bet IG did not see that one coming.
No, they did not.
Now Luna probably has to feel like very, very threatened right now. Now that Nyx Assassin is 6, he is walking under the Sentry Ward burning. What is he going to do?
Just walk it off. Wait, is it a bait? Oh. All right. Both players sidestepping a little bit here.
I don't even think he'd die right there. Burning's out of here. He does not feel this.
Yeah, it's going to join his team in a push here. This is generally earlier than you would like to for a Luna to begin pushing.
You have to. It's because they expect the top push to happen. And they're going to get the tower regardless, probably, especially if the THD is already up there, which he is. But, you know, would you rather lose a tower or lose a tower in a Luna? That's easy maths right there.
I mean, I think the other thing is that like they weren't able really to defend the top anyway, so might as well try to get something out of it. And I think given the fact that IG have lost all of their lanes, trading is really probably the best way to make a comeback here.
I think once they get the mech on XSS, they can start fighting.
Right.
But it's going to be a bit. Luna is going to go for the Mask of Madness.
This is
Sam H in the mid with Cuckoo. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Mask of Madness? Do you see it as more of a catch-up mechanism here for this kind of situation?
Dude, I think it's great for Luna now because she can actually get Satanic Butterfly. There's not actually that many heroes that build Satanic and Butterfly.
Oh, the new Mask of Madness, you could even disassemble it. Yeah. So if she decides you want to go for something else,
you say disassemble how I used to say disassemble. I used to say disassemble.
So you're telling me that's wrong and I should change it?
That is not correct.
Okay. I said disassemble.
I noticed that you tried really hard.
God damn it, Ben, always bullying me.
I'm not bullying you.
You took my computer. I can't even cast Dota now.
That is not my decision.
That is literally a decision like Lumi leave. OP in the top lane in a lot of trouble. He also wants to leave from this one, but can he actually? He's running out of it. Impale? No, you're going to just try to right-click him down and chase him down. Q has poured in as well. The rock has been dropped. Looking pretty good. The vacuum is going to be there as well. Sam H, Invis up, but they got the Sentry. Nice reply back. They did lose OP, but hey, they got 2 kills in return, one of them being on Cuckoo. So nice exchange here by IG.
At the same time, though, that's not actually that bad for TNC. Like, look at where they are, where they won the fight. It's right next to their T2. They're not going to be able to convert this into a push. DK even used his ultimate before he died.
Right.
So that's not terribly great. And it looks like it will be the 4-staff first for OD. He does have the correct recipe. Good job. Does take a ring of health now instead of a ring of regen.
I mean, you just plopped out on quick buy, dude.
Yep, he did have
on the side
he did pop it out on quick buy.
So the point I brought up earlier is that, you know, IG has to use these really long cooldown ultimates, the rock being expended in that last team fight. So what's stopping TNC from saying, hey, let's go again?
They don't have Blink Dagger on Sand King. I would say that's the main reason that's stopping them.
And I guess like an ultimate is also the one that they want to wait for at the very least.
That's not that huge, I would say. But I would say more so like no Blink Dagger on Sand King. And it's also nighttime. Nighttime versus Luna is no fun.
But you got that Lycan buff.
You do have the Lycan buff. Who wins out on Night? Who's Night more favorable for? Probably Lycan.
Yeah, I say Lycan is probably the way to go. But you're right. They're going to slow things down, farm the Sand King, who is getting some free lane on the bottom currently. In fact, he's going for a solo kill. Got him. Cossack ship pop here. There you go. That will help his... Ben, why are you laughing? I don't like it when
that
you
was a
laugh.
great sound effect.
All right, Tim's will burrow strike out, and in fact, is he hanging around here? Clockwork Hook, nicely done here by Boboka. Here comes the cavalry, though. Boboka really going hard for the kill. He's not gonna get it. Boboka, in fact, will feed up the kill, and Cuckoo coming in mid,
What a
contribution to the
kill stealer.
gank. Nicely done.
Did have Arcane Rune. Nothing was lost.
Yeah, TNC.
That howl, though.
Dire's bottom tower has
I
been
think
attacked.
Lacoste compared to the Chen ult, and I never really thought of it that way, but it was really a Chen ult in that engagement, right?
Yep.
It was just a heal, and
It's
he was
hard to
fine.
notice, too, because Chen heal is like, oh, and everyone heals up. But for Lycanwolf, it's much more subtle.
That was the most inspirational sound that I've ever heard you make.
Yeah, dude, it's like light comes down from above. You know that person got healed.
Yeah, okay.
For Lycan heal, it's pretty subtle.
Mid lane burning, threatening to use that ult, forcing the Sandstorm out, and as a result, looks like Sand King will not be willing to chase. Can you check the Sand King gold? Because
Yep.
I want to know.
He has 2080.
All right, he is gonna get the blink for the next fight. There you go.
All right now.
All right now.
It's kind of like when they added sound effect to Sange. I think it's just like more people bought it. Just
Oh,
'cause,
okay.
like, you can actually tell what happened.
Ah,
But
that's fair. I believe that.
yeah, even though it was actually not a change. But for Lycanwolf, it's just it's pretty subtle. He's also going for the Mask of Madness on Lycan, which I think is also pretty good because you don't need to cast spells on Lycan.
What a concept.
What a concept. Mask of Madness on everyone.
Blink Dagger is flying out to Tim's. Thank you for that side cam of the Observer, and I do believe we might see a little bit of siege here on the bottom side of the map. TNC with that Liquefier continuously being spammed out. I mean, Demon always, obviously thinks this hero is OP because he first picked it. You
It's
think
just
this
a good
hero's
first
OP?
pick.
Is it?
Why not, dude?
I mean, it's not going to get banned out. Would you, pick up heroes that, perhaps is a little bit more...
So the thing about first picks, you want heroes that are good in every situation
Okay.
for your team. Like, Warlock, what does he suffer from? He suffers, he's not that great in the defensive tri-lane, which would happen this game. He's also not that great before he hits level 6. THD, not as strong of a team fighter, I would say, as Warlock, but it does offer a little bit more in the lane with a harass. It's very tanky as a support, and it can push down towers. I think that's the most important thing about THD that Warlock
Here we
does
go,
not.
IG
Warlock's
looking to
terrible at pushing.
initiate, and they ran right into a scan. OP is going to get a nice hook coming in from Boboka, but that's on a Sand King, so he just gets out of it, no problem. In fact, Force Staff from Cuckoo. Now Surge on OP. They will look out for a stun on Samage. Samage isolated from his team. Maybe Cuckoo can actually come in with a rescue. No, nice pushback by Boboka on the back line of Tim's. Huge epicenter coming through, and even the Hodoken creep joining in on the left side here. OP coming in. The rock will get dropped here. They want Cuckoo. Cuckoo coming in, though. He's getting chain stunned by the entirety of IG. Trying to man fight out of this one. OP with a regen. Both from the Warlock as well as the passive will be able to win that fight. But
that was a 3v5.
that was a 3v5, and the rest of TNC will says, we'll just take your tower now, and there's not much real estate left here for IG. Port is coming in for IG, and IG now moving forward. 1437 might die for Inspeed, but no, Raven's going to come on, look to actually fight this, and we saw this Dragon already being munched up by the Wolf. He's looking to run out of this one. No running from the Wolfman. On the backside here, Boboka will actually secure yet another kill, but the Wolf form is not over yet. Q looking to actually juke. There's no juking from Wolf. Now more ports are coming back in, and the Wolf form is running out, and the rest of the team will back out. Raven dropping extremely low, but he'll make it home.
Last time we casted together, there were also wolves in the game.
I don't remember that.
Remember, we were talking about it was when Wings was doing the Shadow Demon Luna.
Okay.
Each one just died to the illusions. You're like, it's like wolves on sheep. You remember this?
I can't believe you remember it. I don't remember this stuff. Samage,
You
juking
have
through
to
this.
remember this.
Is that Courier Micro? That is Courier Micro.
Wow, that was
That was
pretty sick.
That was some Asian stuff, dude. we could say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we could.
Technically, Burning is Asian, so
I would
anything
say
he
literally he's Asian.
anything is Asian stuff if he does it.
Okay. Thank you for the approval, Ben. I appreciate it.
No problem. We're just trying to be PC here.
Okay. Well, we're seeing about a 5,000 net worth lead. How much of that is actually in the towers, and how much of it is in the out farm? You were saying.
Let's see. There is one tower taken down for IG, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
So most of it, right, is actually in the towers?
Yeah,
The math
I
checks
say
out.
so, but
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to get worse soon because now I think TNC has access to Roshan.
Okay.
And they have the Veil up on OD. I really like this pickup here because of what he has on his team. Sand and Jakiro both love the Veil.
Sure.
Jakiro's also going for a second force out on him, and Roshan is pretty much dead. Jakiro's also really good at Roshan.
Liquid Fire.
Liquid Fire.
I mean, I think the key point to mention here for TNC is that their high ground push is not really all in, right? Like, you could just hold back.
Wait, are they going to... They're set up like they're about to know
Yeah.
that they're roaching. Oh my
They're
god.
thinking about going in here. Can they actually make a steal or anything? But no, it's going to be too late, and now everyone's backing off. Burrow Strike's going to start things off. OP does not have the BKB just yet. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. No, he actually want to fight this. They're fighting in the Liquid Fire as well as the Macro Pyre. Everybody's being burned up here. The hammer's dropping on the back line on Cuckoo's looking to right-click. The Burrow Strike going forward. Where is Eclipse? There is no Eclipse. Like, long cooldown. The rock finally comes around, but that is actually a defensive rock. And the Wolf just munching everyone like they're a sheep. And they're all just dying. The rock also will feed. Hey, all of their ult just been used. You have Aegis. You have Liquid Fire. So why don't we go down mid?
Yep.
Yep.
That was them standing in the Macro Fire.
Not respecting it.
Not respecting it. Dude, THD's damage actually was the highest of anyone that fight.
Was it?
Yes,
Let me
highest
see
of
like
anyone.
Like it. Okay, about
The
the
highest.
same. So they both did like 3,000 damage.
Yes.
Seems good for a 5 position support.
And it seems pretty good when your teammate traps you in with cogs in the Macro Fire. They're probably like, Boba, no! That was rough.
So you said that once Darkseer has mech, they'll have a better chance. Let's check out Darkseer's side.
Oh yeah, he had mech.
All right, and he's going to be going for Blink next.
Dude, it's no how though.
True.
It's no how.
Whenever you say how, I have to do a double take.
Why? How?
Because how just recently came back to Vichy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Do you want me to extra pronunciate the L for you?
Please.
Howl.
Howl. Or you could do the wolf howl sound. I'll take that one too.
Is under attack.
My friend used to troll me in college with this like wolf song.
All right, Tim's Burrow striking away from the gank, but they're not done here. SamH can reinitiate if they want. In fact, Cuckoo is moving forward with a haste rune here. Impale and a couple of right clicks should do the job. Astro could secure the kill. And there you go. Both
Yeah,
good. Goodbye.
Yeah. Cool people don't look at Astrals.
And here comes the TNC push. Liquid Fire will start things off.
Under attack.
And I have no idea how IG is going to hold this. They have the Eclipse, but Rock on cooldown for a little bit longer. Blink Dagger not available just yet. They will open things up on OP. Nice two-man stun coming through, and my god, that Dragon. I've never seen DK just die and feast so often as he does in this game. BKB, the 10-second one, has been used, but
Middle tower.
yeah, Raven says, we'll just take your building. They could back off now and take Shrines if they want, or they could keep going. They still have the Aegis they're burning. In a lot of trouble, and the wolf form has been used. XSS drops off his vacuum, but he just dies as well. One by one they go. IG Boboka's in there as well. Raven takes on one more. This is not even a contest. They're just coming in. Epicenter on the back line as well. Hits absolutely nobody, but that's cool too. Looks like TNC had enough. They will want to back off. Burning impaled up, and now Cuckoo, I think he's going to eat him for breakfast. Burning's going to go down. Manta-style dodge, one of the right clicks. Is he actually going to make it out? No! Cuckoo with a huge sanity skill clips. Tim's on the back line, 3-man Burrow Strike as well. OP on the run. OP is going to go down to more right click. I don't think they're going to hold their base anymore with this kind of defense.
OD has plus 84 intel. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
He could run a bookstore with all that in. And Darkseer is going to go down as well. XSS will call it GG.
That is, yeah, that's a first pick THD for you, dude.
Radiant.
So for those of you guys that are wondering, is 1437 a good fit? This was their first official match.
This is where you chat.